Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're tackling this idea of living wholly with less.
Mm-hmm.
It popped up in a coffee talk that
Mm-hmm.
one of you shared with us.
Right.
And look, it's not just about decluttering, tidying up your closet.
No, it goes deeper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're exploring how maybe choosing less stuff,
Mm-hmm.
fewer commitments, could actually lead to more. Well, more of what really counts.
Yeah. The source material of that conversation, it was really questioning our culture's constant push for more things, more achievement,
Always more.
always more. And it suggested maybe a lighter approach that could actually be more fulfilling. So let's unpack that.
Okay, so first off, the source really stressed this isn't about, like, deprivation. It's not
Right.
about going without necessities.
Not at all. It's about being intentional,
Yeah.
deliberate simplification.
Right. Cutting out the unnecessary baggage,
Mm-hmm.
maybe physical stuff, maybe even, mental clutter.
Definitely. To make room, actual space for things like stronger relationships, better mental health, just that feeling of calm.
Yeah. And someone listening mentioned feeling overwhelmed, right? This seems to hit that nail on the head.
It really does. And think about it. Our surroundings often mirror our internal state.
Hmm.
There's actually research on this, environmental psychology. It shows that visual clutter, well, it can increase your cognitive load.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it makes it harder for your brain to focus, to process things efficiently. So simplifying your space, it can genuinely boost your mental clarity. Maybe take a quick look around your own space right now. How does it affect you?
And that ties into something else practical. The source mentioned the money side of things.
Oh, for sure. The financial benefits?
Yeah, if you're consciously deciding, okay, I don't really need that, you free up resources.
Absolutely. Instead of another, I don't know, impulse buy online.
Right. You could put that towards learning something new, a course maybe, or just building a bit more security for the future.
Yeah, think about it. If you usually spend, say, $50 a month on little things you kind of regret later, what else could that $50 do?
Good point.
And this shift, moving away from just consuming all the time, it lets us actually appreciate what we already have.
That was a big theme in the coffee talk, wasn't it? Gratitude.
Exactly. Recognizing the value and what's already there, your possessions, your experiences, that can bring a lot more peace of mind than just, chasing the next shiny object.
Okay, but here's where it gets, I think, even more interesting. It's not just about us as individuals.
Right, there's a bigger picture.
Yeah, the source brought up environmental responsibility, less consumption.
Or
Well, it just means less demand, right?
less demand on resources, less pollution from making and shipping stuff, less landfill waste. It's a whole chain reaction.
It's a pretty significant ripple effect when you think about it.
Totally. It underlines that this idea, living wholly with less, it's not really a sacrifice. It's more like a mindful way of being in the world.
Connecting our own choices to something bigger, like the planet's health.
Precisely.
So, for you listening, the real core of this seems to be about shifting where you look for fulfillment.
Yeah, instead of automatically seeking it through buying the next thing.
It's an invitation, maybe, to explore intentional choices, meaningful experiences, just appreciating what's already good in your life.
Mm-hmm. It prompts that question. What actually makes you happy?
And there's maybe a positive cycle there, too.
How so?
Well, if you intentionally cut back on the unnecessary,
Yeah.
you create space, right? Time, energy, mental space.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe that space allows you to focus on what truly matters, which then reduces that urge to fill the void with more stuff in the first place.
That's a great point. What relationships, what activities truly bring you joy? And how could having less stuff actually free you up for those things?
So I guess the key takeaway here is living with less isn't really about what you lose.
No, it's framed entirely around what you gain.
Right. More space, clearer thinking, maybe more financial freedom, definitely deeper gratitude.
And as we said, a lighter footprint on the environment. It's abundance, just a different kind of abundance.
Not about becoming some extreme minimalist overnight either.
Not at all. It's just an invitation, really. Explore a different path, one that values intention and well-being over just endless accumulation.
Okay, so here's a final thought to maybe chew on.
Let's hear it.
Think about just one area in your life. Could be small. Your wardrobe, maybe your packed schedule, even just your digital subscriptions.
Okay.
Where could you intentionally reduce the more? Just experiment. What might that actually look like day to day? And what benefits, what gains might that unlock specifically for you?